Welcome to the Loaded Cannon, and gutted that we've gotten slipped up today. But look, we are still top of the league, so if your team is top of the league, hit the like button because we can't give up faith. We have to appreciate the fact that Arsenal have been brilliant this season, and it's not an easy league. We see teams go out there and struggle. We see them go out there as favourites, and it's just not easy. You don't get the opportunity to just rock up, whether you're playing home or away, and just coast to 3 points every single week. And Arsenal have made this league look easy so far this season. Yesterday we saw Chelsea playing at home to Fulham, and all the money spent. Chelsea had like what, £200 million on two players, Mudryk and Enzo Fernandez, on the pitch. Mudryk goes off at half time. You can spend all the money, you can do everything right, and Arsenal haven't done everything right in terms of the transfer window. We'll get onto that separately. But even when you do, there's no guarantees. So we need to be realistic as fans, right? That this is going to happen. And it's like so annoying, the timing of it. If only we had that flipping Frank Lampard on the other touchline today, we would have got the 3 points. But, it's just so annoying that who do they face when they get rid of him and they've got a new manager and he's got this team riled up and playing a tight knit formation that doesn't leave space between the lines and doubles up in our wide players and is pressing in unison, don't let Arsenal players receive the ball on the turn. Once they get them, they're pinning them back. Everton were really good today. They really were very good today in terms of playing a containing style of play to make sure that Arsenal couldn't get into their rhythm. You have to credit them, but it's just so annoying because it's one of those things, it's that new manager bounce. Sean Dyche, this time next season, won't have these players as motivated as what he has them right now. First game in charge. And just annoying that Arsenal were the ones that had to kind of be on the receiving end of it. There were talks of either it being Marcelo Bielsa or Sean Dyche being the new Everton manager. And I was thinking, man, first game Arsenal, please be Bielsa. It's much easier, I think, for a manager in Sean Dyche's mould to get the players doing what he wants as quickly as he has, rather than a Bielsa, where, fitness and understanding of what he wants is a lot more difficult. Couple that with the fact that he's got a couple of old Burnley players in his team as well. It was always going to be tough today. I always felt that they were going to get on the score sheet. I was just hoping that Arsenal would show quality that would result in us scoring more than they did. But we just didn't do that. Martinelli, Trossard, Odegaard, no one showed quality in that moment. Even Saka in the second half and Nketiah in the first half had chances. They had sighters at goal. It's not like we didn't create anything, but there just wasn't that composure. And also, when you look at Everton as well, they should have had more than one goal today. Calvert-Lewin in the first half came so close after Onana did so well. And Onana, oh my God, he dominated. He absolutely dominated today. What can you do, man? They were fired up. They were really fired up. And, Odegaard had a chance in the second half, blazed it over. Zinchenko ended up, with a couple of shots that went over as well. I mean, obviously we were unlucky with Saka's really well taken effort that Cody cleared off the line. But apart from that, we did not do enough. Nketiah should have done better with his chance. Just a bit gutted, to be honest with you, because even though Decore had a header, I think Calvert-Lewin had a header as well. They had a lot of chances, right? But, I mean, it was just a lack of quality in the final third across the whole pitch. And you expect that from Everton. They struggled to score, but from Arsenal, I was really, really disappointed. And when you look at the fact that Partey came back into the team, that was a big boost when I saw that. But I'm not sure if he's 100%. Obviously, he didn't last the entire game. Jorginho came on. And when Jorginho came on, he was poor. Let's be honest about that. I defended his transfer. But I'm sure overall, listen, I'd rather sign him than not sign anyone. But clearly, look, when you look back at the transfer window for Arsenal, we didn't get any first choice player. We wanted Mudryk, we got Trossard. We wanted Caicedo from Brighton, and we got Jorginho. So if we don't win the league, you know, this is the first game after the transfer window shut, and it's the last thing you need for, you know, these players to come in and not do particularly well. Because even Trossard, for example, should have done better at moments. Again, you know, had chances and didn't do enough with them. It would have been such a different feel if one of those players had come in and made the difference. But yeah, you know, I guess that attention will turn on to that transfer window now, and the reality can't be hidden that we didn't get our first choice targets. I'm happy with Trossard especially. I think that's a really good bit of business. And even with Jorginho, I was saying, you know, after we signed him that boring business, yes, but it can still be good business. And I still believe that it will be good business. But he was a bit sloppy with his passing today. And now, look, you know, my concern has always been the fact that it's hard as an Arsenal fan to be absolutely confident about our title credentials when we've still got to play Man City twice. And now it's a 5-point lead. We're relying on Tottenham this weekend to hopefully, and I hate saying it, makes me feel dirty, but hopefully do something against Man City and make sure they don't get 3 points. If that happens, yes, we can have a 7-point lead and we have to play them twice. But if Man City beat Tottenham, we've got to play them twice and it's a 5-point lead, which puts huge pressure on those games. And we've got that game against Man City coming up next Wednesday. That's going to be absolutely massive. And now it's not a must win, but it's a must not lose. If we win, it will be absolutely incredible for our title chances, but we just have to make sure we don't lose that game. Today I look at the game and I think to myself, did it say more about Everton or did it say more about Arsenal? Was it that Everton were really, really good or was it Arsenal that really, really bad? And for me, I think actually it's more about Everton. I think Everton were really, really good. The form that they were on today, the desire, some of the individual performances, I've spoken about Onana especially, who dominated, he was absolutely brilliant. And we didn't have a single player that went up to that level, that kind of just took the game by the scruff of the neck in the way that Onana did. I think that Everton performance today would have given any team a run for their money in terms of limiting another team to winning that game. So I think it says more about Everton. Arsenal just need to make sure we bounce back and we bounce back well. And we just have to hope that we do that. It feels like a while since we won a game because obviously we lost in the FA Cup as well and now we've lost this. So listen, winning is a good habit and not winning is a dangerous habit. We need to kick that habit in our next league game. But look, we have to carry on supporting the team and it's not going to be easy every single week. In Everton, they did really, really well. What I was disappointed with today is that when our wide players, Saka and Martinelli, got doubled up on so regularly, I wanted Ødegaard to do more in the middle of the pitch. I wanted him to want that ball and do more with it in the middle of the pitch, but it just wasn't his day. We have to take this one on the chin. Don't throw our toys out the pram. Back the boys and also our new signings, whether that's Trossard or Jorginho. This is only one game. They've still got plenty of time to come good. And yeah, it's going to be a long journey back for the Arsenal fans that travelled. Yep, it's just the way it is. It's a tough league and it's an even tougher league to win. Back the boys, up the Arsenal.